the central teaching of Vedanta through one beautiful verse, one of my favorite verses in the Bhagavad Gita, the 17th verse of the 13th chapter. Chapter 13, 17th verse. Jyotisham api tad jyoti tamasah paramuchyate jnanam geyam jnanagamyam hridhi sarvasya vishtitam. It is the light of lights, said to be forever beyond darkness. It is knowledge. It is that which has to be known. And it is that which is attained by knowledge. What is it? What are we talking about? It shines in the hearts of all beings, which is the poetic way of saying we're talking about you. We're talking about ourselves. Our real nature is that. The light of lights, forever beyond darkness. It is knowledge. It is that which has to be known. And it can be known only by knowledge. And it is there already in the hearts of all beings. That light is shining in the hearts of all beings. So this light metaphor you get in the Upanishads and the Gita a lot. Our nature as pure consciousness, which Vedanta talks about, tells us that we are not the body, not the mind. We are awareness, we are pure consciousness. It's very easily compared to light. Swami Vivekananda loved using this metaphor. Here in this country, he would often introduce Vedanta by quoting a couple of lines from the Upanishads. Shrinvantu vishve amritasya putraha. Listen, ye children of immortal bliss. Aye dhamani divyani tastu. If there are gods in heavens, you also listen, because what I'm teaching, what Vedanta is teaching us, even you don't know. The very fact that you are this petty god in some heaven shows that you are not enlightened. You're still in samsara. So you don't know. You better listen too. What are you going to tell us? What's Vedanta telling us? Vedaham purusham mahantam. I have known that infinite being. What's it like? What's that infinite being? Aditya varnam tamasah parastat. Shining like the sun, blazing forth like the sun. See, again the light metaphor. And again the same language. Forever beyond darkness. Beyond the darkness of death. Beyond the darkness of misery. Beyond the darkness of helplessness. Beyond the darkness of limitation and poverty and depression and unfulfillment and frustration. Beyond the darkness of disease. Forever beyond all of that. On the other shore of the ocean of darkness is this unending light. And I have discovered that. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. And what do you get if you discover that? Is there any benefit right now? He says, Tameva aviritva ati mrityumeti. By knowing that alone, one goes beyond death. One goes beyond suffering. That is the solution to all the problems which we face in life. To the human condition. That is what we are searching for. And that alone is the solution. There is no other solution. Nanyah pantha vidyate ayanaya. There is no other real solution to this. We may spend time, in entertainment and politics and science and technology and even religion. All of those things, patchwork. They will not give a deep solution to this question, the human condition. Tameva viditva ati mrityumeti nanyah pantha vidyate ayanaya. There is no other path to freedom from death. Swami Vivekananda put this light of lights in the hymn he composed to Sri Ramakrishna. He composed a hymn to Sri Ramakrishna. He put this same language, Khandana Bhava Bandhana, which we sing in all our ashrams in the evening. Every day across the world in the evening, this is sung as the worship of Sri Ramakrishna. But at the very end of that hymn, he says, Jyotira Jyoti Ujala Ridikandara. Light of lights shining in the hearts of all beings. It's exactly the same language from the Bhagavad Gita. Jyotisham api tad jyoti Hridhi sarvasya vishtitam. It is the light of lights shining in the hearts of all beings. Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda is composing this hymn and we sing it to Sri Ramakrishna. But what is he writing in the hymn? It is the light of lights. And it shines in the cave of the heart, in our hearts. It's us. He's talking about us, our real nature. You find this light metaphor in the Upanishads. Another verse, mantra that Swami Vivekananda was very fond of. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam na neme vidyuta bhanti kuto yamagni tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. The sun cannot illumine that ultimate reality, nor the moonlight, nor the starlight, nor the light of the fire, or the of lightning, or of this fire. That shining, everything else shines after it. By its light, everything here is lit up. What is he talking about? He's talking about our real nature as pure consciousness. It cannot be objectified. This light will reveal the whole in the darkness, but it cannot reveal consciousness. Rather, consciousness reveals it. Consciousness shining, the Atman, pure consciousness, our real nature shining. The mind shines. It borrows light from our real nature, consciousness. The mind shines. Mind shines means, if you feel particularly, confused, what is he talking about? Why? How does the mind shine? It's just that we are experiencing. We are aware. And when the mind shines, the senses are lit up. Then I have the experience of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. And when I have those experiences, the world shines for me. See, here's the world shining. Sound, that's the world shining. The food that we will taste, that's the world shining. All the world shines for us. But the source of all this shining is the light. That shining, everything else shines after it. By its light, everything here is lit up. He said, no, Swami, don't you see that light? By that, everything here is lit up. But, this is the conception of light in the Upanishads. In the Upanishads, in Vedanta and Advaita, this is the conception of light. What is a light? So the definition of a light in Vedanta, in the Upanishads, is something is in darkness. And if something else comes and reveals what was hitherto in darkness, then that's a light. This hall was in darkness. Then this light was switched on. And now the hall is revealed to us. Therefore, we call it a light. But it's not the ultimate light. Close your eyes. You don't see it. So that light is in darkness now. It's only when I open my eyes and see, the light. So my eyes, our eyes are the light of that light. But what is the light of the eyes? This is the way the Upanishads think. You might say, where is this going? Wait, it's going somewhere. What is the light of the eyes? Well, the mind is the light of the eyes. Unless I'm paying attention to what I'm seeing, I won't see it. Like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. So both of them are seeing the same thing, but Sherlock Holmes sees. Dr. Watson does not, who is standing for all of us. We don't see, but the detective sees. I remember this silly joke which I read in, I think, Reader's Digest, something many, many years ago. So Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson are on a camping trip. And they're lying down in a tent in the night in the forest somewhere. And Sherlock Holmes says to Dr. Watson, Watson, what do you see? He says, stars, the moon, the stars, the sky. Yes, but what does it mean? It means the universe is vast and we wonder at our place in this vast universe. It's a mysterious, great universe. Why? What does it mean to you, Sherlock? Sherlock says it means someone has stolen our tent. So, we are seeing the same thing, but we are not really seeing until the mind is being applied to it. The mind is the light of the senses, of the eyes and ears. But what is the light of the mind? It is consciousness which is the light of the mind. It's ultimately, and what is the light of consciousness? You can ask that. What's the light of consciousness? There is consciousness is very unique. That it does not need another consciousness. It does not need another light. It is self-revealing. It is self-luminous. The Sanskrit word is swaprakasha, self-luminous. This self-revealing, self-luminous consciousness is our real nature. That's what Advaita Vedanta wants to tell us. It is all knowledge. See, this self-revealing consciousness, self-luminous consciousness, forever beyond darkness. Think about it. It's a very curious thing. Shankaracharya in his Aparoksha Anubhuti, he says that light can reveal everything. This light can reveal everything, but it can't reveal darkness. Right? If you're darkness, I want to see darkness, switch on a light. Well, you can't see it anymore. That story of the man, the villager who told his servant, it's night, it's getting dark. Here is this lamp. Go, what do I do with it, sir? Well, go and put it where it's dark. So the man went around and then came back and said, sir, I couldn't find anywhere that's dark. Wherever I went, there's no darkness. So light drives away darkness. Light can't illumine darkness. And then Shankaracharya says that, but consciousness is such a light which can illumine light also and darkness also. Because even when you switch off the lights, and what do you say? It's dark. So I'm able to illumine darkness. I'm able to see darkness. You might say, that's a cute thing to say, but what philosophical meaning, what value does that observation have? It's just an observation, but it has a very deep value. The value is this. I mean, this is sort of kind of a deep dive into Advaita epistemology. We say that we are covered. The reason that I do not know myself is ignorance. And so the opponent of the non-dualist will ask, so that ultimate reality, pure consciousness, the light of all lights, blazing forth like the sun. So it has ignorance. Atman or Brahman does have ignorance. And the answer is here. If you are aware of ignorance, if consciousness reveals ignorance, then ignorance is an object that is illumined by consciousness and it doesn't touch consciousness. Light, whatever it reveals, if it reveals the wooden podium, the light doesn't become wooden. If it reveals a red rose, the light doesn't become red. If it reveals the water, light doesn't become wet. Light is not affected by what it reveals. If consciousness, Atman, Brahman, reveals ignorance, then consciousness itself is not affected by ignorance. Ignorance doesn't belong to consciousness. Knowledge and ignorance both belong to the ego. It belongs to, in technical terms, in Vedanta, to Pramata, the knower. Anyway, that's just a sample of the kind of things we think about in non-duality. Jnanam, this light of lights is all knowledge. It is because of this light of lights, that shining, the mind shines and the senses shine. It's because of that we have the experience of knowing. I see, I hear, smell, taste, touch, I think, I understand, I express myself, speak. All of that because of the light of lights. And that light of lights you are. This is all knowledge is made possible because of this. One day if we come to know God, will you be conscious of God or unconscious? You'll be conscious. Even God is revealed. If God were an other, that other God would be revealed to this consciousness. So it is knowledge. Knowledge of the world. After death, if there is heaven, knowledge of heaven, knowledge of God, knowledge of samadhi, all sorts of spiritual, religious, secular, scientific, and Facebook knowledge also. All of that is revealed because of this one consciousness. Jnanam. Geyam. This has to be realized. This is what Vedanta is pushing towards. This has to be realized. This has to become a living reality for us. Right now, this is somehow, some ignorance, some veil. It's hidden. Jnanam. Geyam. This is to be known. The Mandukya Upanishad says, you are that one light which illumines all your waking, all your dreaming, and all the deep sleep, which is the absence of the waking and the dreaming. All that is lit up by one light. And you are that light. Sa Atma, that is the self. That's what you are. And then the Upanishad says, Sa Vigyayam, that has to be realized. How do you realize it? What do we do to realize it? How do we become enlightened? See again the word light, enlightened, The verse Krishna says, Jnanagamyam. The only way it can be realized is through knowledge. It is knowledge. It is that which is to be known, and it can be known or attained through knowledge. What sort of knowledge is it? It's the knowledge that I am that. And to generate that knowledge, that's what Vedanta does. This is called Brahma Jnana, Brahmakara Vritti, the knowledge of Brahman, the knowledge that I am Brahman. And to generate that, it is all this hearing that we do, the reasoning that we do, and the meditation that we will do. It's all for that purpose. Riri sarvasya vishritam, shining in our hearts, and the hearts of all beings. Sarvasya. You believe it or you don't believe it. You accept it or you don't accept it. You are a Hindu or not a Hindu. You are Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, atheist, whatever you are. Human. You can be an alien from some planet. You can be a sea creature from the depths of the Pacific Ocean out there. I was told that right out there is a huge canyon going back down thousands of feet, and the whales come very close to the shore. One of those whales, everywhere that one light is shining. We will, the practice that we will do in the afternoon takes up from this, that light shining within. We will start with that. All right. Before we wrap up, one little simple advice about, how do we go about quote-unquote practicing. As I said, there's no practice, but there's still quote-unquote practicing Vedanta. What do we do with these teachings? How do we handle it? I like that saying that Americans have, the American expression, keep it real. Keep it real. What do I mean by that? That's a wonderful advice for Vedanta practitioners, for those who are on the path of knowledge. Since this is a quest for reality, the quest for truth, let us, our only guide, our only support in this journey is truth, is reality. So let's stick to what is real, what feels real to us. How do we stick to what feels real to us? Keep pointing it out to yourself. I like this example. A monk said, what does a child say when you ask a child, what is a nose? The child will not say, it is the organ of respiration and the olfactory sense organ. No. The child will say, this is a nose. Here's a nose. We must be like that child in the path of knowledge, in the path of self-inquiry. So when the teacher says body, let's just notice the body here. Let's not intellectualize it into an intellectual conception of the body. Yes, the body is the food sheath and it is the gross body. No, those are just words. Here, body. Here, this is the body. When the teacher says breath, notice it. Take a look. Keep it real. This is the breath. When the teacher says mind, now I can't point it out to you, but we can all point it out to ourselves. The mind. Yes, look. Thoughts, ideas, questions, feelings, good and bad feelings, neutral feelings, memories. That's the mind. Look, notice. Is it theoretical? I always ask people on the path of inquiry, is it theoretical or is it practical? Or is it real? Is it theoretical or is it real? People think that Vedanta is a lot of theory. There's a lot of speculation and philosophy. It can be if we lose track of what's real. If we don't keep it real, it'll become all theory and it'll be something that is a nice philosophy. It's a very difficult, subtle, abstract philosophy. And that's why Vedantins will say it's not at all abstract. It's utterly real. And everything that else you do, science, your politics, and the world itself, all your problems, even religion, all of that is abstract from the Vedantic perspective. This is concretely real. One sadhu said, Thas bharpur Mahatma ji, jyon ka tyon. It is packed, this universe is packed tight with Brahman. There's no space for anything else. What world can there be? Where is the space for a world? Where is the space for a sentient being? Where is the space for problems? It is packed tight with existence. It's packed tight with this existence awareness. So, keep it real. I ask them, is it theoretical or is it real? Body, theoretical or real? Real. Breath, was that theory or was that real? Real. thoughts in the mind. Is it theoretical? Is your mind theoretical, or is it a real mind? Do you have a real mind, or are you mindless? Yes, it's real. It's very real. Yes. And beyond that, as we step deeper and deeper, if you can hold on to that sense of reality, enlightenment is close at hand. It's just one step. Almost till the very end, we will see it's real, it's real, it's real. And till the very end, if you can say, yeah, that's real, congratulations, you're enlightened.
Become Swami Vivekananda's messenger. Share the video with 3 of your friends.